However difficult life may seem, there is always something you can do and succeed at. He couldn't walk, couldn't speak, but he changed the way we understand the universe. Stephen Hawking defied time, gravity, and even his own death sentence. Today on BookLia, we explore the brilliant and unlikely journey of Stephen Hawking through his memoir My Brief History. Let's begin. My Brief History was published in 2013, just 5 years before Hawking's death. Unlike his dense scientific texts, this memoir is short, warm, and personal. It's not just about black holes and time travel, it's about childhood, love, failure, and hope. We follow Hawking from his early days as a mischievous boy in Oxford to becoming the most recognizable scientist since Einstein. He reflects on his family's quirks and curiosity, his diagnosis with ALS at age 21, his first marriage and the rise of fame, his pursuit of a theory of everything. He said, "I have lived with the prospect of an early death for the last 49 years. I'm not afraid of death, but I'm in no hurry to die." This book is Hawking stripped of equations, but full of insight. It shows that while he studied the universe, he never stopped being moved by life on Earth. Stephen William Hawking was born on January 8, 1942, in Oxford, England, exactly 300 years after the death of Galileo. His family was brilliant and eccentric. They read during meals, built fireworks in the backyard, took summer trips in a converted London taxi. Stephen was curious, but not exceptional in school. He was messy, late with homework, but teachers saw something, a spark. He went on to study physics at Oxford, then cosmology at Cambridge. At age 21, his world shattered. He was diagnosed with ALS, a motor neuron disease. Doctors gave him 2 years to live. He fell into depression, isolated, hopeless. But then something miraculous happened. He fell in love with a literature student named Jane Wilde. Their bond gave him purpose. He returned to research, got married, earned his PhD, and then he made history. Hawking's big idea? That black holes aren't completely black. They emit radiation, now known as Hawking radiation. This shook the world of theoretical physics. He explored the Big Bang, the nature of time, and the pursuit of a unified theory that links quantum mechanics with general relativity. His most famous book, A Brief History of Time, sold over 25 million copies, even though most readers admit they never finished it. He became a cultural icon, guest starring on The Simpsons, Star Trek, and The Big Bang Theory. His computerized voice became legendary. And all the while, his body continued to decline. Eventually, he lost the use of nearly every muscle. He communicated through a single cheek muscle and a speech synthesizer. But he never stopped working. Here are 5 extraordinary life lessons from Stephen Hawking, a lesson of defiance, brilliance, and limitless spirit, from a man who explored the universe while trapped in his own body. 1. Limitations can be redirections. Stephen Hawking was just 21 years old when doctors told him he had ALS, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. They gave him 2 years to live. Imagine hearing that your life, your dreams, your body, has an expiration date before you've even truly begun. But Hawking didn't surrender. Instead of shutting down, he focused in. He devoted himself to the mysteries of time, the laws of the cosmos, and the birth of everything. Intelligence is the ability to adapt to change. As his body deteriorated, his mind expanded. He proved that our limitations don't define us, they can redirect us towards something greater. The lesson? A diagnosis, a failure, a closed door, these aren't endings. They're invitations to rise differently. When life narrows your path, walk deeper. 2. Curiosity keeps us alive. Hawking wasn't just brilliant, he was insatiably curious. While most of us glance at the stars and move on, he dared to ask, what started all of this? What lies beyond black holes? How does time begin? Even when he could no longer lift a finger, his mind kept reaching outward, into the fabric of the universe itself. Look up at the stars and not down at your feet. His hunger for knowledge was more than academic, it was spiritual. It gave him a reason to wake up, to write, to challenge the impossible. The message? Stay curious. Ask questions no one else is asking. Because the day you stop wondering is the day you stop growing. 3. Don't wait for life to be easy to begin. After his diagnosis, Stephen Hawking didn't pause his life, he accelerated it. He fell in love, got married, had children. He became a professor at Cambridge, wrote A Brief History of Time, a bestseller that sold over 25 million copies. He inspired scientists, students, and dreamers across generations. Although I cannot move and I have to speak through a computer, in my mind I am free. He lived fully, not despite his illness, but alongside it. He didn't wait for a better body or easier days. Insight? There will never be a perfect moment. Don't wait for life to be easy to start living boldly. Create, love, teach, explore now. 4. Your mind is your superpower. Stephen Hawking couldn't speak. He couldn't walk. He couldn't even feed himself. But he could think. And that was more powerful than anything else. He showed us that while the body may weaken, the mind can sharpen, stretch, and soar far beyond any physical boundary. My expectations were reduced to 0 when I was 21. Everything since then has been a bonus. He transformed the way the world understands time, space, gravity, and even God. The takeaway? Your real legacy won't be what you own or how you look. It will be your ideas, your insight, and the impact your mind had on the world. Invest in that. Protect that. Because your thoughts outlive everything. 5. Humor is a survival skill. In the face of one of the most isolating and cruel diseases imaginable, Hawking chose laughter. He cracked jokes about the cosmos. He appeared on The Simpsons and The Big Bang Theory. He once joked that if aliens ever visited Earth, we should probably pretend we're not home. Life would be tragic if it weren't funny. Through all the hardship, he held on to joy. Not because life was easy, but because humor made it bearable. Final lesson? Life is hard, but laughter softens the blow. Don't just survive. Smile. Because sometimes, joy is the most defiant form of strength. Stephen Hawking died in 2018, at age 76. He lived more than 5 decades longer than doctors predicted. He redefined physics, inspired millions, proved that even when your body fails, your ideas can travel at the speed of light. He once said, "Try to make sense of what you see, and wonder about what makes the universe exist. Be curious. And however difficult life may seem, there is always something you can do." He didn't just explain the universe. He reminded us to find our place in it. Now, we want to hear from you. Which of Hawking's life lessons or quotes stayed with you the most? Tell us in the comments below. If this video inspired you, please give it a like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss our weekly book drops. This is BookLia. One book, big insights.